What's up everyone? In this tutorial, we will be using the official RuneScape API for the Grand Exchange to get information about items that are tradable. So to start out with, you're going to need the request and pandas packages, so you can just uncomment these lines and run them in order to install them if you don't have them already installed. And I'm pretty sure JSON comes automatically with Anaconda and Jupyter Notebook, but just in case it doesn't, you can also install it. And once they're installed, you don't have to run these lines again. So once you have them installed, you'll need to run your import cell for us to actually be able to use these packages. And request is going to get the information from the API, and pandas is just a really useful package for storing the data in something called data frames. So to start out with, the place we're going to access the API from is this link right here in the notebook that I'll be sharing with you, and this is like the base link for the items themselves. And you're going to need the item ID after this item equals for the item you want to find. So if you want to find like a purple party hat, for instance, you can go to this everything RS site that I have linked, and right here we can see the item ID is 1046. Make sure it's the regular item and not the noted one. I don't think the noted ones usually work. So anyway, to get the base information, you're going to want to make an object called response, and this is going to equal our request package and then .get. And you need to make sure that this link right here, this URL, is inside of the quotes. And after item equals, we're going to put the item ID, the item we want to find. So in this case, the purple party hat is item 1046. So we run this cell, and it should give us our response. And if we just load response here, hopefully it's like a 200, which means it went through. Sometimes the API is overloaded, so you might have to come back and try again, or just wait before you send these responses. So once we have a response, the next thing we want to do is we have to work with it somehow. So, or we need to display it, and an easy way to display it is using the JSON package. So if we make another variable, call it data, and we equal it to response.json, then that's going to give us a JSON variable that will display our data. So if we do data here, you can see there's all sorts of information about the purple party hat. And this format right here isn't particularly useful. It's good just to like see all the data that you can find on it at a quick glance. But if you want to actually dig into this and only get a certain part, then you can do something like you can make a variable like item price, and we're going to set this equal to data, which is all of the JSON object with all the information. And inside of here they're just dictionaries. So first we need to go into the item part of the key, and that will be everything else inside of here. And then inside of item, we're going to want to price. So for the price, we're going to do, it's another set of dictionaries, and it's inside of here, this line right here, so it's current. And then to parse it out of this section, we have to put price next. Boom. And now if we want to see just the item price, if we run item price, it should display 4087, which it does. But on top of this, it's more useful if you can just turn this into a number. So something you can do is item price equals item price dot replace, and then you can replace the comma with just some blank space, and that'll reset the item price and get rid of the comma right here. So if we run item price again, now it should just be 4087, but right now it's in a string. So if you want an actual number, you can just cast it to something like an integer. So int item price is now just the number, and we can do stuff with this. So if we added like 2 to it, you can see that it works as a number where it wouldn't have before. So also we can store it. We can store this information in pandas, which if you're using Python, you should definitely invest the time into learning about pandas, it's super useful. So we can make a data frame, and we'll make it, let's make a blank one right here. Alright, so if you want to put this information in like a really useful table, like the data frame, then we'll go back up here, and we want to have 2 columns for this example, just so you get a better idea of what you can do. So let's also get the item's name out of this JSON, which is like all of this text right here. So we'll do item name, and data is a JSON object, and then we need to go into the item dictionary. And inside of the item dictionary, we need to get the name. So if we do this, we should get purple party hat for our item name variable, and we do. And we can leave it as a string, obviously, because it's a name. And then down here, data frames work best if you put list for their columns. So we'll make our name list, and we'll set that equal to item name, and we'll make a price list, and we'll set that equal, we'll do item name equals item name, and then item price is our single item price we have so far. That should work. And now if we want to do if we want to make the column itself, we can say names, and then set it equal to our name list, and our prices, set that equal to our price list. Boom. And now if we go into the data frame to table, oops, my bad. Now if we go into our table, we can see the name and the price in this table, and we can add entries to it. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. I use the RuneScape API that I just showed you guys to build this website called ostime.gg, and basically it optimizes skills based on their training methods to tell you like what's the best training method for a skill. And the way it does that is it calculates like how many hours you'd have to train to get like 99 in a skill, and how many hours it would take you to pay off the skill. So it tells you like overall, like, hey, the best method takes 46.5 hours, the second best takes almost another 30 minutes at 47 hours, and I did it for 9 different skills. So if you guys want to check that out, I'll put a link in the description. Thanks.